Welcome back to the next episode of Nelco Comics Cover Story. I'm Clay, the Righteous Dude here. Nobody else is here today right now, so I'm going to do this real quick before customers come back in. Today's cover we're talking about is Creatures on the Loose, number 33, featuring Man-Wolf. Again, I apologize. I'm not looking at the camera the whole time because my screen is down here. My notes are down here. So if I'm not looking at you, I'm still talking to you. I'm not trying to be rude. I just don't have a fancy setup for tracking everything. It's just either way. So today, Creatures on the Loose 33 featuring Man-Wolf. I did not actually look up when this was published, so I don't know when. But I did find out that Gil Kane and Klaus Janson were the artists. Gil Kane was pencils and Klaus Janson did the inks. I'm assuming he also did the colors. So first we have Gil Kane. If you don't know Gil Kane's name, he's like Infantino and Kirby and so many others. I'd never heard of Klaus Janson before, but Gil Kane I have heard of, I know of. He was born, I believe it was Eli Katz in Latvia, born April 1926, and he passed away in January of 2000. You're going to hear this a lot on this little podcast. He did it all. It would probably be easier to list the things he did not work on than the things he did. But most notably, I think, in his career, at least what I saw, was that he effectively created what we now call graphic novels. He created that format primarily with two books. One called His Name is Savage, and I believe it had Lee Marvin's image as the main character, at least on one of the covers I saw. And in another book called Black Mark. I don't know anything about either one of those. But I mean, the short list: Micronauts, Justice League, Action Comics, the 1988 Superman animated TV show. He did some other animated shows: the DC Challenge, Green Lantern, John Carter, Warlords of Mars. He was a co-creator of Iron Fist, I believe. Morbius, the Living Vampire, and he, I put here a note, he broke 1,000 hearts with the comic book arc. The night Gwen Stacy died, an Amazing Spider-Man 121 and 122. Definitely a landmark story in comic history. Klaus Janson was born in January 1952. As of this recording, it is not showing that he has passed away. He's not that much older than I am, just old enough to be an older brother, so he's still around. He's probably best known for his work on Daredevil. He worked with Frank Miller, and then Frank Miller had a hard time keeping up. At least the research I've seen said that. And so he started relying more and more on Janson until Janson was doing it all. He was doing the pencils, the inks, the colors on the whole book. He did some other things and went on to work with Frank Miller again on The Dark Knight Returns. There's a lot more to be said on each of these guys. Do some research if you're of a mind, and find out all the great things that they did. Now, as is normal with this, we talk about the action on the cover, the action that it is implying has already happened, and the action that is suggesting will happen next. So what we have on the cover is there's a man with a rifle, and he's got a problem. Does he shoot the werewolf that's about to kill the young girl, or let the werewolf kill the young girl, because the werewolf is his son? So he's shaking. We can actually see that in the cover. He's shaking. It really doesn't look like the. It really doesn't look here like the. Let me change my pointer. It really doesn't look here like the gun is aiming at the werewolf. It looks like he's aiming back over here behind him. Of course, that's a two-dimensional drawing. It's not always easy to pick this stuff out. It may be intentional. Maybe he doesn't want to aim at the werewolf. I don't know. But we have here the werewolf grabbing the girl's hair. She's notably unmarked. She appears to be unconscious, but there's not a mark on her. Comics Code probably stepped in and didn't want to have her injured on the cover. I don't know. Actually, I don't see a, yeah, there's a comics code there. Um, so this implies that the werewolf has chased the girl down or caught her and carried her here and has rendered her unconscious and is about to kill her. Then the man has either followed them or knew where they were going or something and is trying to decide who to save, because on the cover it doesn't look like he can save both of them. Again, we're not talking about what's in the issue. We don't even know that this scene happens in the issue. Most of the time, the scene on the cover is only an indication of what happens in the comic. And of course, then the next action that's suggested is somebody dies. The werewolf gets shot, maybe doesn't die, maybe runs off, maybe attacks the man and kills him. Maybe the girl dies, maybe she's saved. There's so many different ways the action could go on this. And it's a good cover. I mean, because there's motion. There's the scream of the wolf coming out. You can see here, even though they don't have the sound. There's no words coming out. You can still see the motion. There's a bright, big, full moon that has no detail for some reason. And it's great. And the color is, again, primaries. We got the reds and the greens and the blues, or the reds and yellows and the blues, the primaries in this case. Really good separation of the colors. There's not a whole lot of bleed. Now, they did apparently possibly make a mistake here. This yellow here is, I can't tell if it's supposed to be his pants or her hair or something else. Can't tell what it is. When you zoom in, I first thought it was his pants that were miscolored. And I still think it is, because this is the cut of the jacket. His pants are green like the jacket. So with this cut, this should be his leg. With this angle and everything, should be his leg that is yellow instead of green. So I'm calling that a mistake. And not a deliberate one. I'm calling that an accident. I don't know. I'm not an artist. You have to understand, I'm not an artist. I'm not a colorist. I don't do any of this stuff. So maybe it wasn't an accident, but it looks like one. It looks like it's supposed to be green. His pants here. His leg is supposed to be here. And the cut of the jacket stops here. So, and this yellow here is just highlighting. So it's not that. And it's not her hair. It's obviously a different color. So I'm calling that a mistake. But other than that, it's a beautiful cover. The use of color on the werewolf's fur, it's blue-gray, and the inking is so good on this because it gives so much definition. The inkers really are as much of an artist as a penciler, and that's what, of course, most of them did both jobs at some point in their careers. But I really love the color on here because it's distinct. It's blue, but her dress is blue. The tree is blue because it's nighttime, but it's not the same blue. And they really did a good job of just these little changes in the color so that everything sticks out. And even the claws are sticking out. They're very distinct. And the teeth are very distinct. And the corner art's not all that great. It's kind of deformed. I don't know why the corner art was always kind of off on these older ones. But it's wonderful. The green grass, and I know it's nighttime. You shouldn't be able to see this stuff, but we have to be, as customers, we have to be able to see this because, as I've said before, the color and the action is what grabs our attention from across the room. If we walk in and we can see this color from 20 feet away, and it would catch our eye, and that's what it's supposed to do. Tell a little bit of story, but mainly get you to the book to open the book. And you can even see the girl's earring in here, even though they've got it blue. I guess that's because it's in shadow. But so they paid a lot of attention to detail in this cover. They didn't skip a whole lot that I could find. I didn't see anything on the cover that is a key point. So I don't know if this is the first appearance of the werewolf. I don't think it is, but I could be wrong. I didn't see that in my research, but I didn't go hard into that. I don't spend a whole lot of research time because these are short little one-shots. So all in all, a beautiful cover. One you can see from across the room. You can see the color. You can see the action from across the room because this werewolf's head sticks out against that yellow. You can see that from far away. Get your attention, walk over, and then the white words of man wolf you can see in that. It really gets your attention in the different fonts. Man and wolf, you know, man is smooth, wolf is kind of, I'm going to say fuzzy, but furry, whatever. Very, very well done cover. It's designed, it does what it's supposed to. It's supposed to get you to the book and get you to open the book and read it. Get you to buy the book, take it home. So all in all, wonderful cover by Kane and Jansen, Gil Kane, Klaus Jansen. Find some more of their stuff. You're going to like it. It's going to be hard. You're going to be hard pressed to find something that Gil Kane did not work on at some point in his career. So that's it. Nelco Comics, 1134 North Flores in San Antonio, Texas. We do have this comic in the store. It is $18. Please come in, shop around. You can't see a whole lot on the camera, but we got rows of Marvel, DC, and Indies. We got a bunch of stuff on the wall in the glass cases. San Antonio's best selection of Silver Age comics. If you need older comics, we're the place to come. NelcoComics.com. We have stuff on the website for sale. More stuff will be going on over time. It just takes time to get it done. I hope you enjoyed this. Please come back and watch for more. We're going to try to do one a week. And we'll see what happens in the future. We'll see what comes up next. Next time is probably going to be another bondage cover. Every other week is a bondage cover, and I've already got it picked out. And it does kind of go against the rule that I said last time of, you know, it's not normally sex-driven. Well, this one, it is. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.